Hey family, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Leave me alone, cat. So it's been a while since I've seen you guys. How's everybody doing? Stop it. So I'm just getting off of work. My daughter had to come and get me because my truck broke down today. So I had to have her meet me at my mechanic's place so I could drop the truck off. I was, riding down the highway and the engine light started beeping on and off, and the truck started shaking. So I called my mechanic. I was so glad he was still in the office because it's after hours. And I told him what was going on, and I asked him, do he think I should drive it to him or call a tow truck? And he said it's okay to drive, but he said just drive slowly. Give me a minute, guys. I'm trying to fix this so that I can talk to you. So I just haven't been having a very good 2 months, right? You like my onesie, guys? I bought this onesie a couple of weeks ago. Cheers me up to shop, right? And I haven't had a chance to do my hair. I got new growth here in the front, as you can see. And I just been working so hard that I just haven't had a chance to do anything with my hair yet. But I'm gonna have my hair done Friday, this Friday coming up. So I came home and I got some pretzels and I laid the beer. And I said, I miss my family. I'm gonna talk to them. So, my feet are probably husky too. No, my feet are cute, y'all. I cut my toenails down really short. And I need to clean off the regular old polish that's been on there. But other than that, toes are pretty cute. So, for the past, this month, I've been going back and forth with my feelings on if I should share an experience I had with this guy with y'all, because I'm really like embarrassed, and yeah, I'm very embarrassed about it. So I'm like, should I share this with my family or should I just keep it to myself and just keep it moving, right? But I'm thinking, look at my boobies. But I'm thinking, like, if I share it with y'all, it might help somebody, you know? So it's like, finally, I was like, okay, I'm going to risk being vulnerable, and I'm going to tell you guys about a situation I was in. I put myself in, as usual. So, okay, let's start the story, right? Please give me a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Oh, shoot. I can't even cross my legs. All right, so here we go, guys. So I met this guy, not in person. I met this guy offline, right? And we were chatting. I'm not going to tell you what website I met him off of, right? So, we were chatting, which I chat with a lot of guys online, right? But this one was like, the conversations, we converse like for hours at a time. You know, usually I chat briefly with a guy, and then we don't talk no more. But this particular guy, right? I don't know. I just, you know, when it's right, right? When you can talk for hours at a time, and you have so much in common, and you laugh, and you go back and forth, you know, it's like, wow, I like talking to this guy, you know? And he was up in age, which I like that, you know? I think he's like, what, 52? And I like that. So I was like, all right. So I'm thinking, okay, it's been, what, a couple months, I'm thinking, that we've been talking. Of course, I'm busy as heck, but I make time. And I noticed that he would feel some type of way if I didn't call him sometimes. And I'm thinking to myself, red flag number 1. If I don't call you, what's wrong with you calling me? I mean, who cares who calls who, right? That's how I think. Who cares who calls who? Maybe I'm doing something. Maybe I'm asleep. Maybe I'm at work. Maybe I just didn't call. It's no big particular reason, right? But he just wouldn't call me. So, but then, excuse me, he would have attitude because I didn't call him. And I'm like, what is this? Preschool? You know, what the hell? Kindergarten? You know? So that was one red flag that I overlooked, right? I was like, you know. So another red flag in our conversations was, one day I was asking him like all kinds of questions, right? And I was like, who you with? Who you talking to? I was acting the role of someone who's very jealous and possessive, right? And I was just kidding to see what type of response I would get. Got a terrible response. He yelled at the top of his lungs saying, stop it! Charlotte, stop! And I was like, ooh, you know? So, of course, I was just kidding. And I said, hey, I'm just kidding around. But he could not seem to stop the anger. So I was like, you know what? I'll talk to you later. So I just hung up the phone. And in my head, I was like, I'm going to give him a chance to calm down, you know. So I didn't call him or text him or anything like that. Because I'm like, this Negro is crazy, right? That's how I was thinking. So after a while, he sent me a text. I don't even know what it was. But we started talking again, right? So, make a long story short, one of our longest conversations was about me coming to see him. I was like, first of all, I don't like going to see nobody, right? He has a vehicle. His reasoning for his vehicle was conveniently in the shop, right? Conveniently in the shop. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a weekend off, and I think we should meet, because we were talking about some serious things like being in a relationship together and stuff like that, right? And throughout the months that we talked, we would FaceTime So, you know, he wanted to see my body. So I stood up in front of it, you know, the phone. I turned around so he could see me, right? And I was like, you know, I'm fat, but I keeps it real. I'm getting it together, you know. Oh, you're not fat. Don't say that. Don't. Guys always talk about how we don't keep it real, but when you keep it real with them, then they want to be in denial. You know what I'm saying? If I tell you I'm fat, I'm fat, okay? So, yeah, I showed him my body. We FaceTime more than once. You know, I think I just saw him from here to here. To me, he was an average looking dude, you know. Average looking guy. I've talked to better looking guys in my life, and they aren't worth sugar honey iced tea. So I was thinking to myself, he's an average looking guy. I love conversing with him. Why not? You know what I'm saying? I'm not a beauty queen, you know. I mean, I feel as though I'm kind of cute there, you know. I'm cute. But I'm not a beauty queen. I keep it real. Not a beauty queen. So I just figure I'm average. He's average. Let's go ahead and just meet. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go see this guy, right? I talked to him about it. And after we discussed it, right, he was excited about me coming. What my plan was to get a room, drive to Washington, D.C. and get a room. Okay? And, because in my gut, it just says, well, he funny acting. Something in my gut told me to get a room, okay? Something in my gut told me to get a room, and that's the safer bet, you know. So I was gonna rent a car because, you know, I have an old truck and I didn't want to put more mileage on it to drive down there. So I was gonna rent an SUV or something from the you know, rent place, and I was gonna go ahead and pay for all this shit. You know, I was gonna spend close to $500-600 just for a weekend, right? Mind you, take the weekend off from work, which is a killer for me because I live paycheck to paycheck, right? So I thought it was a big deal because we were getting along. We had his first argument, and we made it through it. So I thought, okay, there's something here. In my head, I thought, you know. So we was I was trying to wrap up everything before I left, right? I was leaving on was it Friday? Yeah, I was leaving on a Friday. But we was talking during the week, and he was asking me what I like to drink because he wanted to make sure everything was all right. He said that he was going to get his work done so he could spend all his time with me. We was going to go here, there, out to lunch, out to dinner. He was going to show me the town, all this kind of stuff. But we were supposed to do so much, you know, and he was very excited. And I was excited as well because I'm finally meeting him. And as we were talking during the week, I'm thinking we were talking for only 2 months. He told me, oh, no, we've been talking about 4 or 5 months. He did the math and he said it's been 4 or 5 months. So I was like, wow, I've never talked to a guy online that long, you know. So I thought that was a bonus. I was like, 4 or 5 months, I mean, it's on. I'm coming to see you, boy. You know. So, you know, he see me in the morning, in the evening. He see me look ugly, be cute, you know. So I was like, okay, I feel kind of close to him, you know. And we both growing and all that. So when I got, okay, that morning, while I was getting my clothes and stuff ready, you know, I got my daughter to do my nails for me, which I don't really believe in that type shit. I don't even like nails. I don't like makeup. You know, this is how I keep my nails. That's my nails right there. But I got my daughter to do my nails and stuff, right? And I was going to do my hair, but I was like, that's going to take about 8 or 9 hours. I don't want to redo my hair, you know. It looked bad like this, but it didn't look as bad, right? So I was like, well, he's seen it already, so he knew it's not done, right? So, oh, it's hot. So he was, let's see what happened. My daughter did some press-on nails or something on me. And, I don't know, because I don't have any dressy clothes. I just have work clothes. So I went out. I didn't like want to overdo it. I just wanted to be me. You know, I dress in jeans and a t-shirt and some sneaks. So I kept it real. You know, I wasn't going to dress up to go see the guy. But I was going to look appropriate. So when I drove 2 hours away. No, I skipped the part. That morning was kind of hectic, right? I went to the rental place to get, I was supposed to have a Rogue. Some car called a Rogue. It's an SUV. Got there. Found out they didn't have the effing Rogue after I rented it. So I'm like, so that's, the day started off wrong, right? So then I asked them, well, what do you have? Because, you know, I did, I laid that thing away online, right? So they're going to tell me, oh, you can get, all we have is a Kia Soul, a little ass Kia Soul as big as I am, in a minivan. So I was like, I don't like Kia Souls. They're too small, especially for traveling, right? So he says, only everything we have is a minivan. They weren't even apologetic about not having the vehicle that I actually wanted. So I was like, I'll take a look at the minivan. They're going to try to make me look like grandma traveling 2 hours away in a damn minivan. That's what I was thinking, right? So I looked inside the minivan. And it had leather seats. It was a push-button starter, which I've never been in before, something, a push-button car. I drive a 2004, y'all. So I was like, I was impressed with the inside of the minivan. I forgot what kind it was, but I was impressed. So I was like, I'll just go with the minivan. So they doing the paperwork and stuff, which I wanted to hurry and be out of there because my friend in DC told me I need to get there before rush hour because it is going to take me hours and hours if I get caught in rush hour. So I was in a hurry. So I was really pissed off because they set me back, right? I didn't act up, though, when I was in the office, right? I did express my displeasure, but they didn't seem to give a F-U-C-K, right? So I get in the, they give me the key, they show me the minivan. Then he's trying to sell me insurance and shit and stuff. And I was like, no, just, I need to be on my way, you know. Okay. So I get in the van, right? I don't even know how to start the DAMN van, right? So I sit there and I try to figure it out. So I call my friend in DC on the phone. He tells me how to start the minivan, right? So I started it. Then I'm on my way, and it's, guess what? 0 gas in the damn tank. Who rents a vehicle with 0 gas in the tank, right? So that pissed me off, too. Because that was going to set me back even longer to have to go to a gas station and fill up the gas tank. I should have asked them to reimburse me my damn money for putting in a gas tank. So, I get to the gas station. Y'all got, excuse me, I'm sweating. I can't even find the thing to release the gas tank so that I can put gas in it. So I'm looking all around trying to find the thing to how to open the gas tank. I called my friend back on the phone. No, I called to the rental place. And they told me how to do the gas tank. So I found the thing, whatever. I fill up the gas tank. I'm pissed off. And I'm on my way to D.C., Washington, D.C. Chocolate City, right? So, I'm on my way. The ride was nice, I must say, because I haven't been out of town in a while, right? And I enjoy traveling, right? So, especially when I'm by myself, right? So, he called me, and I wasn't able to pick up because every time he called me, the GPS system would like shut down on the van. The van had a built-in GPS system. I connected it to my Bluetooth. So every time he called me, the GPS system was shut down. So I didn't answer the phone because I was like, I can't keep talking to him while I'm going and all this traffic and shit. I had considered pulling over, but then I was like, well, no, because I want to just hurry up and get there and beat the traffic. So, okay, traveled 2 hours away. He kept trying to call. I wouldn't answer the phone so that I could, you know, concentrate on traffic, right? So, when I got there, I couldn't find a parking spot, right? So I had to ride a little bit further past his apartment building. There, I couldn't find a parking spot. So I was frustrated with that because after I done traveled 2 hours away, I done went through all this hell to get this minivan. Nothing's going right. I get to the damn location where he's at, and I can't even find a damn parking spot. That's how I was thinking, right? So I called him on the phone, and I was like, where am I supposed to park? And I do admit that was the wrong attitude to have, but I was like totally frustrated. He was like, why are you talking like that? And I was like, can you please, where are you? I was like, where are you? And he was like, I looked down the road and he was standing out in front of his apartment building, right? And he's like, where are you? I said, I'm down here in a gray van, you know. Why did you have attitude? That's what he said. And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm just frustrated. Can you walk down here to me, please? You know. And so then he walked down there and I let him drive the van up to his place with me in it, right? And then when we got inside his apartment, I apologized to him again for my attitude. And I explained to him how I was like, I went through a lot to get here. And then I was just frustrated and I took it out on you. And I apologized, you know. He was like, well, I was wondering what was wrong with you and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. He couldn't let it go. So I was like, okay. I think it in my head, all right, we're past that now, you know. So we went into his apartment. He carried up my suitcase for me, right? So what had happened is, I left this out. I had decided when I was sitting in his apartment talking to him that I wasn't going to get the hotel room because his apartment was so neat and clean, and he had a dog in there. Everything was like spotless, and I just loved that, and I felt relaxed when I went in there. So I was like, hey, do you mind if I just stay here with you? And he was like, well, I was wondering why you was getting a hotel room when you could stay here. And I was like, well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to stay with you. So, okay, we get my suitcase and stuff in the house, in his apartment. We relaxing, right? I'm talking to him. He went and bought me some Heinekens, right? I went back outside with him, and I guess there's a corner store. He walked down there. I couldn't find him, so I walked down that way, and he came out of this corner store, and he's like, how'd you know I was in here? I was like, I didn't. I was just standing here wondering where he was at. So that was kind of weird that he would ask me how did I know he was there, right? Like, who cares? Obviously he did. So that was another red flag. So I was like, he bought me a little 6-pack of Heinekens, like bottles about this tall, right? So anyway, I was like thankful. I thanked him. And I was like, do you want me to take my shoes off when I went into the apartment? He's like, yes. And so I sat on his couch. He had a little teeny sectional. And I was like, he said, oh, you can prop your feet up. And I was like, oh, thank you, you know, because I wasn't sure, because he's weird. So I propped my feet up, and his dog had ran over to me and was over me. And I was like, hey, baby, because you know I love animals, right? I say, hey, baby. He's like, get away from her. And I was like, oh, it's okay. I love animals. I'm an animal lover. No, get away from her. Get away. He was like hyper with this little dog, right? The dog is about like this big. And I was like, well, damn. You know? And he's like, don't tell me what to do with my dog. And I was like, okay. All right. I was like, I won't mess with your dog. I won't pet it. I won't do nothing with your dog. And another red flag, right? So the dog had a little bed in the living room, and he was laying on it. She or he, I don't know. So I would look at it, and I would just be like, to the dog, right? So I was like, oh God, my legs are hurting, y'all. He and I were conversing still, and I'm going to end this part, right? And then I'm going to do a part 2. So I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.